In this lesson of Module 3, we will cover how sleep is more than the time in which we are not awake. In this intro, we'll also cover the 2 ways in which we can improve our sleep. So let's get started. Welcome into Module 3. This is Lesson 1, our sleep introduction. We got to start off with 2 beliefs to reframe. The first one being, if you want to be a champion, you have to work overtime. I'll sleep when I'm dead. We can't have such an extreme view of work or sleep anymore. In reality, our success comes down to consistency and balance. So the better way to reframe this is actually, if sleep was a drug, it would be considered one of the most potent steroids. Getting good sleep is one of the best things we can do for our health, for our performance in the gym, and for our overall clarity of thought throughout every day. So before we move on, if I dive into this a little bit more, this whole I'll sleep when I'm dead sort of mentality views work simply as the more work I do, the better. When in reality, we know the quality of work that we do is what is important. And so when we can prioritize sleep and when we view it as one of the biggest quote unquote steroids, supplements, whatever, it is one of the biggest factors that can help us improve the quality of our work. And another common view we need to reframe is I'll catch up on sleep on the weekends. Missing out on sleep sometimes happens, but we cannot make it a habit to rely on sleeping in during the weekends. The reframe of this helps us get back in touch with reality and to actually understand how sleep and sleep deprivation works. Sleep deprivation is a debt that takes 10 times longer than a weekend to repay. We can't just be swinging from side to side in which we work hard, get little sleep, and then sleep hard and do nothing on the weekends. Sleep amount and sleep quality are 2 different things. Life can be busy, so I understand if we can't increase our sleep time, we can figure out some ways to increase the quality of the sleep we do get. So that way we don't just need to rely on sleeping in during the weekends. So with that being said, where are we going? What is the point B of sleep? Trying to get perfect sleep is not realistic. In reality, how could we make the work of sleep easier to do and feel more rewarding? We can break this down into 2 metrics here. There is such a thing as sleep opportunity and time spent asleep. If we can increase and respect the sleep opportunities that we get, we will help get into more of a routine around the sleep, which will then help us get more time spent asleep, or at the very least, increase the quality of the sleep that we do get. But at the same time, sleep also follows the law of diminishing returns. So trying to just get more and more sleep is not the best or realistic because everyone can't just try and get 10 hours of sleep every night, or again, catching up on sleep on the weekends doesn't actually help us because there is the law of diminishing returns with sleep. And I'll drive this in by saying sleep within the foundation to our health. Sleep is not simply the 3rd pillar to exercise and nutrition. Sleep is the overall foundation to our health and quality of life. Right? Sleep is nature's anti-death and is the one thing that helps us prolong life. Food, water, sex, and sleep. Those are the 4 primal motivators of every living thing on this planet. And I know life gets crazy, life gets busy, and so being asleep for 8 hours straight is ideal, but unobtainable for most. There's often just different life events that kind of impede our sleep routines. So we don't fall asleep easily every day as well. And so even when we can prioritize our sleep routine, sometimes our bodies just don't operate like a robot as if we want it to every single night. So back a few slides, I mentioned we have sleep opportunity and we have time spent asleep. And so the person that is most successful with their sleep thinks, what is the most sleep opportunity I can commit to while still having time for life? Even if you don't fall asleep perfectly or easily every single day, can you still prioritize your sleep opportunities and respect a bedtime and a wake up time? That is the end term goal here. As we kind of move forward, when we build off of this, what is an energizing sleep routine that I can follow every day? More often than not, there are going to be people out there that they can have an energizing sleep routine with less than 8 hours of sleep straight. You need to find what works for you and then stick with that. Success comes from prioritizing these questions every day. So we just need to become the person that makes sleep a priority. So as we go through this module, and it is a little bit shorter than the others, the main things we are going to expect next for our transformation, rather than just more and more information that isn't already out there on the internet. Here's the 3 things that you can expect next. How to fall asleep faster and improve sleep quality, the reality of getting a 100% sleep score, and lastly, how to get sleep quote unquote rich with your circadian rhythm. And getting consistently good sleep and establishing a sleep routine, that is a hard thing to do. But when we can go through that and embrace it as a challenge to take on and willingly grow from, that is when we can become the hero version of ourselves. So now at the end of this introduction, we all have to sleep every night, but becoming the hero version of ourselves is when we can become the person that prioritizes our sleep and the many benefits it has for our health. In the next lesson, I'll cover how we can fall asleep faster and the many ways in which we can improve our sleep quality. I'll see you there.